Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel, Haney. Listen, I just came to run my mouth with you guys real quick, like we are gonna get into a few things. We are gonna chat about a few things. Make sure y'all coming in, liking up the video, doing what you're supposed to do, subscribing to the channel, all that great jazz as we chit chat about a few things. Okay, first of all, did y'all hear that Jamal Bryant, the ex-husband to Giselle Bryant, yeah, he ended up getting engaged. Okay, now we're not sure exactly when he got engaged, but video is surfacing around where he made the announcement to the congregation that he is engaged to another pastor by the name of Miss Dr. Carrie Turner. All right. Now, if you ask me, she is giving a piece of resemblance to Giselle, just a little bit. You know, not she don't look alike, like exactly like her, but she looks enough like Giselle for us to know that, Sir has a type. Okay. He definitely has a particular type. In my opinion, even though I do feel like Jamal Bryant, I don't got no type. I feel like Jamal, I don't got no type. Bryant don't really have a type, for real, for real. But I can see where he was going with this. I think she's a very beautiful woman. Okay, the people are calling her Giselle 2.0, and I think that is giving every bit of messy in my personal. All right. Some people are shocked knowing his history that she would even consider, being engaged to this man. But the people over there that are pastors and in the church and in the congregation and stuff, where they are going to believe in third, fifth, 10th, and 12th chances. So we're gonna let them folks do whatever it is that they want to do. Okay. Now, as Jamal was walking down the aisle greeting the people in the congregation, he had a baby in his arms, and people was alleging that that baby was his baby that he had a few years ago. And I said, now he out here still dipping it and doing it like that, girl. I don't know what Jamal Bryant has, in all honesty. I just know that he does have this woman's hand in marriage, and he plans on marrying her soon. So I guess they're both gonna be a power pastor couple over there at the church, as she is also a pastor. I don't know if she's a pastor at that exact church or not, but we shall see. A lot of people wishing them well, and I'm not gonna wish them nothing else. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing. Congratulations and good luck. Giselle actually came out and said that she was really happy for him. She was like, congratulations, and he said that really means a lot, coming from Giselle or whatever. Some people are saying that this is the lady that Miss Monique was speaking on a while ago. I don't know if that's to be true. We don't know if this is the same woman or if it's a completely different woman. Okay. But we do know that Monique was calling out the fact years ago that Jamal Bryant was dating someone else, and it wasn't really Giselle, and said that whatever he and Giselle had going on was strictly for entertainment purposes. Okay. So I'm not sure if it's her or if it was somebody else completely different. What I can tell you is that it's not Giselle. Okay. And he is engaged to someone else. Okay. So we'll see how that's going to work out for them. And that's really it on Jamal and Miss Carrie, Dr. Carrie Turner. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments about that down below. Okay. Next up, I guess we could chat real quick about Miss Fallon over there on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She put a post up. Okay. And I guess this was up on Twitter. And she says, let's discuss it. Do you believe you should change your phone number once you get into a serious relationship? Y'all, I want y'all to answer this too, okay? Answer Fallon question. Do you believe you should change your phone number once you get into a serious relationship? She says, I personally am going to change my number the next time I get engaged. I believe no one from my past should have access to me if I'm to be someone's wife. What are your thoughts? My thoughts is that, Fallon, baby, you have 4 kids that have fathers. So those men are tied to your past, and you cannot change that number because you're going to need to have access to your children, and they're going to need to have access to you. You said no one from your past. So they would be a part of the no one. So, Fallon, I know you ain't saying fuck them kids and then like that, girl, is you? All right. So I would think they would have the number. But honestly, I don't think you have to change your number. In my personal, I feel like if you have to go through the lens, in my opinion, to change your number after you get into a serious relationship, I feel like that means that you have no self-control. That means that you don't know how to press block, or you don't know how to press deny and not interested. You don't trust yourself is what it makes me believe. Everybody is a bit different. Some people feel like, nah, I want my ex to, or my person I'm dealing with to change the number completely or whatever. I mean, that's how it depends on how y'all relationship is set up. I would hate for you to change your number because you got into this serious relationship and that serious relationship does not last. Hi, girl, what? So I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all want to do out here in these streets, but I'm not changing a goddamn thing, and I'm not requesting that my person change a damn thing. Okay, so if you can't control yourself or whatever the case is, then that's on you. I do feel like when you get in a serious relationship, I do feel like people from the past is gonna try to slide through and see what's up and be like, "Hey, girl, hey, what's up? What you doing? Hey, boo, hey, how was you?" I think some of that's gonna be happening. And you just got to be able to shut it down or, not answer it at all. Leave them on red. And if you can't do that, then I do believe that you cannot control yourself. But that's just what I think, okay? I'm going to let me know what y'all think down below, okay? Have you changed your number once you got into a serious relationship and cut everybody off? Do you think it's necessary? Leave your thoughts and comments down below, okay? One more thing I want to go ahead and hop over here and talk about real quick, is Tamar. So earlier I did a video on Miss Tamar, and Tamar talked about why she was not interested in Real Housewives of Atlanta. She said she wasn't going to come off her chariot to throw tomatoes with these ladies, even though she jumps off her chariot every chance that she gets to throw tomatoes on social media, and she does that for free. Okay, she says she'll only throw tomatoes and apples with her sisters. Okay, and that's about it. She won't be doing that with nobody else. So what's interesting is after this video or whatever of her having this sit down started to surface around, I don't even know what shots she could have possibly taken at JR or whatever. I know that she said she was going to keep her relationship off social media and keep it to herself, but it looks like JR decided that he was going to drop some type of warning or something, saying something about keep poking the bear. So I'm like, girl, well, who is he talking? Are you talking to the people that were commenting, or are you talking to Tamar? Which one is it? I do want to check out this article where they say days after Tamar Braxton said she and J.R. Robinson had decided to keep their relationship private, Colonel Sanders took to Instagram with a spicy warning saying, keep poking the bear, okay? Mr. J.R. wasn't very happy with Tamar's interview with Mr. Carlos King, and he seemingly has smoke for both of them. Oh, no, girl. Now, in a series of posts on his IG story, JR refrained from saying Tamar's name, but he used Carlos' initials and made his stance very clear. So this is where he wrote, truth is, they are not ready for me to tell my side of the story. Then he says, I keep choosing grace. He also says, but I can only be thrown under the bus and not defended for so much longer. Then he added, I'll be Colonel Sanders and give you some chicken to eat with my story. Keep poking the bear. Okay, go on. They say JR also alluded to protecting Tamar, but said that's coming to an end. He says a man can only take so much. I always want to protect, even when we aren't together, but stop allowing indirects to throw me under the bus. Your shade creates more uncertainty, and your people thrive on stating what you never say. Ooh, I'm too graceful, and that's coming to an end. Thanks, CK. All right. So I don't know if he's saying thanks, Mr. CK, because CK finna give him that interview so that he too can tell his side. All right. Because that's exactly what it is sounding like, in my opinion. All right. Ooh, girl. No, he did not. That man said, stop allowing indirects to throw me under the bus. Your shade creates more uncertainty, and your people thrive on stating what you will never say. So you be out here taking shots at people, and JR clocked it very right, in my opinion, because I do feel like Tamar may operate in this space where she may throw shots and then leave people to figure it out. The same way that she did when she came out and said she had an issue with Candy. She loves to do these riddles to try to figure out what's happening. And then when people try to drag it out of her, she finally wanted to smoke with Candy for whatever reason, because she had, JR, and then she decided to call it out and say, oh, I'm beefing with Candy or whatever. But I feel like she does do this often, where she give us riddles and people have to figure out who she's talking about. Just not too long ago, she did an interview where it seemed like she was throwing a bit of shade to K. Michelle, and then the people had to come to the front and say who they believe that she was talking about. She was being indirect with the shade, and then the people came out and did just what JR said. Your people thrive on stating what you will never say. You keep allowing these indirects. So the people are gonna come out and say the things that you won't say, but then when people clock you, you come out and you be like, "Oh, I don't want any issues. I choose love. I'm this and that. I want peace. Everything is good." But you knew what you was doing, okay? So, baby, Jr. is tired of the BS and he's clocking it in this moment, okay? He goes on to say, because it seems like he had more smoke for Mr. CK. He says, "Apologies mean nothing when you come for my foundation. You know the truth, but want to key. Well, I guess the exclusive has to come out. Tired of protecting people and getting SHI'd on. Their whole phase was during my in love phase." Not you to call this lady a hoe, sir. Not you to call this woman a hoe. He says flowers and billboards don't mean when you have had your heart broken. So now JR claiming his heart was broken by Miss Tamar. Okay, he's standing on business about this. Okay, now he did turn around and quickly delete all of those tweets, but girl, those tweets ended up being cashed. Okay, cash that tea. Okay, cash that what Megan said. She said some catch that tea, clock that tea. I can't remember, but I'm gonna get it though. Okay. But that's what it was given, and he hurried up and deleted it. But the people caught that tea. All right, so that's what's going on with Tamar and Jr. Jr. is sticking to BS. He said you could play in everybody's face, but I'm about tired of you playing in front of mine. Okay, and I'm gonna be on your head in just a minute, little girl. You just sit right there. You hold tight. Right there. I will be there. Okay. I will be there in just a second. Okay. Next thing I want to talk about is Kiki Palmer. Y'all, Kiki Palmer has decided that she was going to drop this whole situation, this DV situation with her baby daddy. And I am questioning why. What happened? What took place for her to want to, decide to go away with it. Now, the judge did send them away for some type of mediation, and I'm not sure if I think the mediation may have been for custody. I think that, or at least I'm not going to say think that. My question is, are things getting difficult for you as you're trying to work and need to be able to have your son with someone, with his dad so that you don't have to pay or something? Like, what's the real reason? Are you back with him? Is that one of the reasons as to why you have decided to do away with the DV case? Let me look into more of this because I'm not sure what's going on. I know some people want to say that Kiki Palmer and him are both crazy together. Yeah, a lot of people want to say that Kiki Palmer is the problem. I feel like a lot of y'all that was already not believing Kiki from the beginning, y'all definitely use this as an opportunity, in my opinion, to go ahead and come at her and say, "See, told y'all she was the problem." But this isn't really saying anything. I feel like whatever's happening with them isn't too different than what a lot of women do when they're going through whatever with the baby daddy or whatnot. And, they put them through it, and then some of them retract it. Some of them be like, "Oh, no, I ain't gonna worry about it. Like, we good. I don't put him through enough, child. Let's move on. I realize it's not good for our kid," whatever the case is, okay? But then, girl, they probably backstand each other. I don't know. But they're saying Kiki Palmer and ex-boyfriend called truce on DVRO case. So, right, they're saying the multi-hyphenate star made waves in 2023 when she filed for a DVRO against her ex, okay? The new documents are saying that the case will no longer go to court. Now, according to legal documents filed by Palmer's attorney, the hearing for the DVRO will not hold. It was scheduled for July 16th. However, this date has been taken off the court's calendar. Palmer's lawyer did not share why the hearing was no longer hold. They said, however, it may have something to do with the truth behind the scenes. The hearing's dismissal comes 5 months after the former couple agreed to enter a court-mandated mediation session. That is what I'm wondering about the mediation. While they were mediating some type of custody or whatever the case was, did she, throughout the mediation, come to this conclusion that, what? It's fine. Okay, we're gonna let it go. I'm gonna let you be the best dad that you can be to our son. But I've already exposed you, and so you try it again, and it's already out there. So I don't know the dynamics for sure, but I do question them. All right. Let's see if there's anything else. They're saying the pair agreed to continue the case on a mutually agreeable date, while all orders contained in the TRO issued on November 9th would remain in effect until the scheduled hearing. Okay, so they did have a TRO in case there was supposed to be some type of mediation in place, and then now we're learning that that is no longer on the table as they are trying to sort things out behind the scenes. Okay, so that's what's going on However, Kiki wants to handle this situation, in my personal opinion, is completely up to her and her baby daddy. Okay, so if she doesn't want to apply that pressure and go any further, that is on her. I don't know if he's shown her enough for her to be completely okay with it, or what. I don't think she was worried about him exposing anything about her in the courts, considering the fact that the receipts he tried to release through certain bloggers was a hit, and it damn sure was a miss. Okay, it was not giving what he thought that it was supposed to be giving. If anything, it only made him look even more bad. He was trying to make her look bad, and it just was not working. You look more bad, in my personal. Okay, so that's what's going. I don't think she was worried about that. She had all her evidence and she was ready to go whenever they was ready to go. But now that the judge demanded that there be some mediation, obviously they have come to this conclusion where they are going to take everything completely off of the table. So that is where we are with things. And if she's okay with it, then who the hell am I? All right, y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on whether or not you think she made the best decision for her and her family, or you think she should have applied pressure and took it all the way. Okay, let me know your thoughts about that. All right, now real quick, Young Miami, did y'all catch how Young Miami gonna put on Twitter and ask when was the time that y'all fell in love with me, or when did you fall in love with me? She made that tweet. Somebody said, I fell in love with you, girl, when you had told us that you was getting pissed on. And she said, ha ha, girl, I was just playing. Girl, I was just kidding, girl. I don't get peed on like that, honey. I was just saying that because I wanted my card game to sell, and my card game did exactly what it was supposed to do. Miami, baby, you came out better not even answering that question, because a lot of us are going to feel as though you are trying to save face now. And unfortunately, in all honesty, like we really don't believe you. You probably don't care whether or not we believe you, but just so you know, girl, we don't. Okay, a lot of us don't. We think that you're trying to save face, and a lot of us are wondering, was there actually a card game that you were trying to promote around that time that you said you was getting pissed on? You've said a lot of things, I feel, that have been very questionable. So you're not going to be able to take everything back and try to blame it on a card game, okay? We do hope that you're able to salvage whatever is left of your career. And that is no shade or disrespect. It's an honest opinion and an honest hope that you're able to salvage whatever you have left, because the people is on your head top. Not only are you no longer a city girl or even a city Cinderella, as people are more focused on JT, but you tied yourself to this man that you held down for such a long periodically time until this video dropped, and then now all of a sudden you want to disassociate yourself from him by unfollowing him, and then now you want to say that he never peed on you. Girl, we don't have time, nor do we have the day, okay? So we're going to let you do whatever it is that you do, and we wish you good luck in everything, all right? So you guys can leave your thoughts and comments down below on that, okay? Next up, I do want to talk about Nicki Minaj, because over the weekend, Nicki Minaj had a show, or a few shows, okay, overseas in the Netherlands. She was doing a show in Amsterdam, and she was getting ready to head out for her Manchester show, because I do believe she had a few shows over in Manchester, right? Well, unfortunately, she had pre-rolls on the plane, and she said that she had pre-rolls that she was, you know, in her luggage or whatever. They were hers, and then it switched up, and she said it was the securities. Either way, Nicki and her team had pre-rolls on them, and that was not legal for them to have as they get on the plane and travel, okay? So that was a problem, and it resulted in Nicki being arrested, okay? She ended up getting arrested. Some part of it was, oh, he wanted to search the bags because you filmed him. That's what we kind of heard her pilot say, but at the end of the day, she definitely had illegal substances on her. They were soft drugs or whatever the case was, and she shouldn't have had them, and that was the reason that she was searched and she was stopped, okay? They did take her down to the precinct, and she was, I guess I don't know if they took a picture, got a mug shot or whatever, but it looks like she was detained, possibly processed. They did give her a fine of 350 euros. Now, I'm not sure what those euros equal in America, so let me do that so that I can see, because 350 don't really sound like that's a lot in my personal, okay? Girl, that's roughly $400. It's really $380. So that is a bit crazy to me, because y'all took that lady all the way down there just to arrest her and then charge her $380. But y'all could have gave that lady her fine right there. Y'all could have gave that lady her fine right there. I don't know what the method of the madness was with that, but it happened. Okay. I was thinking that once they get her locked up, they don't have to take forever to process her. But then hell, when you get in trouble with the police, you really is on their time and they can do the hell they want to do, unfortunately. And it may not be fair, but that's the risk that you take when you violate things. And unfortunately, that was her situation. And she was there so late that she ended up not getting there in time and had to cancel her Manchester show and therefore had to reschedule it. I believe it has been rescheduled to June, some day in June. I believe that she may have already made that announcement. I will be getting into the response that she had after she was finally released, but she wasn't released until maybe like an hour or so before her show or something. So I'm like, girl, that right there was crazy work. Okay. That's crazy. Now, as much as I do feel like Nicki Minaj did bring this on herself by having these illegal substances with her, regardless of the amount, I do feel like why y'all just couldn't take the security person if she said if it belonged to the security person. Maybe because it was in her bag. I do have questions. Although I feel like, it is on her, I do still have questions about some of the stuff that happened. Now, I don't believe that no whole damn industry, rock nation, music, all these damn folks is conspiring against her. I do not. Okay, and I need y'all to pick out y'all lie and which one y'all gonna rock with, and I've already told y'all that, okay, a long time ago, because it's giving, oh, I fired all these people and now these people are conspiring against me. Oh, it's the machine that's coming up against me. Then next thing you know, we learn about Ari Lennox being arrested and she's feeling like she was racially profiled, and I'm not saying that she wasn't, but that was just her experience. And then now you got the Barbs trying to repost that and tie that to Nicki, and I'm like, which I was just saying that it was the machine. Then y'all tried to blame the pilot. Then y'all tried to blame the police when Nicki said that the pre-rolls was on her. They was hers. And then it shifted from hers to the security. Either way, it's with her team. Now y'all trying to say she was racially I just want y'all to get that in order. Okay? So Nicki reposted Ari Lennox and the situation that happened to her back in 2021. And Nicki was just saying how she was happy that, Ari came out alive and things like that. It could have been another Sandra Bland situation or whatever. And people been dragging the hell out of Nicki, saying, girl, you didn't give a fuck when it happened to Ari Lennox in 2021. So why the fuck is you trying to act like you care about it now when it has absolutely nothing to do with your personal situation, bitch? Okay, they just been dragging her. They've been saying, girl, you trying to tie drugs into what Ari was going through is crazy. Girl, they have been on Nicki's ass, okay? They have been on her ass, all right? But anywho, Nicki canceled her show. Show completely canceled. The Barbs was in the building. They was sitting down, chilling, girl, getting them some food. Okay, getting them something to drink, having them a good old time, listening to the DJ, because that's all they got that night after it ended up being canceled and everybody had to turn around and leave. But they get the opportunity to return if their schedules are free for it. They get the opportunity to return at some point in June. Nicki did, step outside her hotel room that night to greet a lot of the fans that were able to come out to her and see her. So let us go ahead and get into this statement. She says, thank you to everyone who prayed for me today. May God cover you and all that is connected to you. May you be blessed beyond your imagination. She lets them know which hotel she's at and whether they can come, and she'll be able to see them. She says she sat in the jail cell for about 5 to 6 hours. She says her plane did not take off until another 20 minutes once she boarded, okay? She said the flight itself was 50 minutes. Then she repeats again, 50 minutes. I'm not sure why she repeated 50 minutes. She had already told us that the flight in the beginning, she said the flight will take 45 minutes to an hour just to get over there. Okay. She said that well before she was arrested. All right. She goes on to say that's why they had to do the big song and dance, because they knew I'd still find a way to perform even if it came down to my last 90 minutes in the building, which would have been until 11:30 p.m. The building was willing to go past 11 p.m. So grateful to them for that. Okay. I told y'all that was going to be an issue. Okay, I told y'all that would kind of like be an issue. Now, I don't know if it's going to be at any cost to her to have to book a whole nother day just to perform. I don't think she should have to, because hell, she ain't, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't her fault. And I'm not saying her fault on getting arrested. I'm just like how long it took to process her ass, right? And she was on somebody else's time at that point. So, yeah. I'm like, girl, if she were to still perform and she went over her time, then girl, they're gonna be charging the hell out of her. But she's saying that it would have only went over by 30 minutes, and the building was willing to go past 11 is what she said. So um yeah. But it probably would have been more than that because she would have had to get out the building, break stuff down, whatever it was that she would have needed to do to get up out of there. She probably would have still been charged for that extra time. But anywho, she says, I have so much video evidence, you wouldn't believe that. She says she's gonna let her lawyers and God take it from there. And we shall wait and see, because I do wonder if Nicki is indeed going to try and sue them. Some part of me feel like even if you did try, nothing will come of it, in my personal, because they may have likely been within right to do exactly what it is that they did, because you did have pre-rolls on the plane, which from my understanding was illegal as you get ready to go up in the air or whatnot, girl. Transporting it from one location to the next. All right. So that would be interesting to see if she is indeed going to get her lawyers and what she's going to do with that situation. I will hope that, we hear some in the next few months. And if we don't, then she must be taking the L and understanding that her and her team was likely in the wrong. All right. So then she goes on to say, please, please, please accept her apology. They sure didn't know exactly how to hurt me today, but it shall pass. They've been doing this over and over and over and over and over again. I've tried so hard to discuss it because you guys deserve to get just the good stuff. She says, I hate involving you in anything that isn't for entertainment purposes only. Nicki, get the fuck on, baby. Go ahead on, sweetheart. I hate to involve y'all in anything that isn't for entertainment purposes. You involved them into the BS when it came down to the Grammys, and then clocked who was it? Lotto. You've involved the Barbs in a lot of stuff, in my opinion, that has shit to do with entertainment purposes. So stop that, girl. She goes on to say we will have another date. She goes on to all of that, okay? She pretty much explains that, says she's going to get a makeup date. The makeup date is out there from my understanding, so the Barbs will be able to go, and hopefully they'll be able to attend, considering the fact that, sometimes, hey, you had your whole weekend planned out for that time frame. You may not have time to free it up for the next one, so good luck, all right? But that's what's going on with Nicki Minaj, all right? Let us go ahead and move on from her, and let's get into let's see, I do want to talk about, lastly, arrest. As we're speaking on Nicki Minaj being arrested, y'all know Destiny Payton of Love and Marriage Huntsville was arrested. Amari Scott was also arrested for a DUI, child. Unfortunately for him, who happens to be an attorney, he got arrested, I believe, on Saturday in the noontime, but he was able to get out shortly after midnight, I believe it was, on that Sunday morning. So he was able to make it out and hang out and be caught at a bar so he could have even more drinks and hope to not get his damn self tied the hell up yet again. His bond was about $5,000. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the judge is going to order of him now that he was caught out here with a DUI. All right. Now, I don't know if he's had a history of a DUI in the past. I don't know if he has a record or not. I would think not, considering the fact that they admitted him into law school. But just because, I feel like some people are able to become lawyers despite the fact that they may have a record. So we'll find out later what's going to happen with Maurice in this situation, and whether he has to do, some classes or whatnot, license suspended, or how that's going to work. Okay. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts about that. Destiny Payton was arrested for fraud. We do not know the reasonings, at least I don't, as to why she was arrested. I would believe that it probably got something to do with her baby daddy. She probably didn't get something out her name or whatever in enough time. And I do feel like, the lady was going through a lot. I don't know if that is the case, but if that was the case to where she did not get it out in enough time, I don't think anything is wrong with you making her pay the bill, or making sure that she paid the bill so that you're not financially responsible for that. But to get her arrested again for fraud, like, if that was him, and if it did have anything to do with that, girl, I just have questions like, why? I feel like a lot of people are going to excuse that because they don't like Destiny, because their team, male, and some of y'all mellometers, in my opinion, do be acting like Barbs, but that's just my opinion. So they're just gonna act like, well, whatever happens to her happens to her. But if Martell did that, okay, like, she didn't get a bill out, y'all will be on his. If Marceau did that with Tisha, Y'all will be on there dragging Marcel. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, listen, if that is the case, that don't make no sense to me. But I do need more details, okay? I will say that. I do need more details on what happened as to why she was arrested for fraud. Okay, that's some of the speculation that I've been seeing put out there, but we don't know for a fact the real reason or whether or not her ex-husband has anything to do with it. She probably committed fraud on something completely different, which then, we will judge that accordingly once we really know what's going on. So I'm interested in knowing like what really happened with that Destiny girl. What you got going on, honey? You need to get your life right. Okay. But the only person I can think that's probably dragging her back into them damn course that's been on her ass is that baby daddy. But we'll have to wait and see. So good luck. Also, Love and Marriage Huntsville, real quick. Destiny girl, I don't see how you dated Moses. He definitely comes off as though he is illiterate based on the way that he sounds. As much as I think it was decent or it was okay for y'all to have a sit down, I do feel like the sit down really wasn't necessary. It really doesn't matter. Like, why are we sitting down to talk about anything when he's already made his decision and he's already married who the hell he needs to marry? I understand y'all were gonna force it because of the semantics and for the show purposes, but it really wasn't needed. And what's so funny is hearing Marceau say that Moses reminds him of Martell. And shout out to my patrons because y'all know I had already clocked that about him a long time ago. It's definitely giving Martell, and it's also giving clout as well, which is the only reason why I feel like he pursued Miss Sunny. I feel like he did do that to her and get back at Destiny. I do feel like that. And I also feel like he used her to leverage whatever opportunity he could get on Love and Marriage Huntsville. And yet here he is while he's sitting over there talking, so we ready for it though. We ready for it. Like, we good. We ready for it. Yeah, because y'all been ready for TV for a long periodical time. So good luck. Not featuring them, but that's really it, and that's all that I got. You guys leave your thoughts and comments down below. I am Jamie That's Me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie That's Me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.